So over the past few weeks, if you guys have been looking at my channel or if you've been looking around discounters, you've probably saw that there was a lot of discontinued fragrances that have been floating around. I picked them up, and so this week I'm actually going to be going through my collection, giving you a little bit of an update on the discontinued fragrances, if you can still find them, the best places to find them, and then at the end of the week, after I'm done reviewing a lot, I'm going to tell you an entire video about all of the discontinued fragrances I've covered and the better alternatives for them. So with that said, in this video, I'm going to start out by reviewing a discontinued fragrance by Ralph Lauren. It is Polo Red Extreme. And so without further ado, let's get it. What's up, my dudes? Welcome back to my channel. This is Randy, aka FragranceDoud, back with another fragrance video. I appreciate you guys joining me again. Before I get into the video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell, all that good stuff. And then make sure, if you do like my content, follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. So again, I'm doing a discontinued week where I'm going to be going through letting you guys know about all of the discontinued fragrances I've picked up lately, the ones that I haven't reviewed yet at least. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to be doing a video where I do like 6 fragrances that are discontinued and their alternatives. One that I just picked up and that I wanted to talk a little bit about because I haven't reviewed it yet on my channel, and you can still find it for a really good price online. From Ralph Lauren, it is Polo Red Extreme. I actually got the small one for $42 the other day. One of my subscribers actually sent me, about 10 subscribers, sent me an email saying that they were online. So I went and picked one up because I did not own it, surprisingly. I only owned the original Polo Red, and I wanted to get Intense and Extreme at some point. But with that said, Polo Red Extreme is a coffee fragrance. It is a sweet fragrance. And I wanted to definitely discuss it because this is definitely one that I'm going to be picking up a larger bottle before they are all gone. And I wanted to let you guys know because it is fantastic. But with that said, I'm going to give you the notes of Polo Red Extreme so that you can quite a little bit understand what is in this. With that said, they only do give you 3 notes, that typical 3-note breakdown. I usually see that with like a Zaro and stuff, but Ralph Lauren's usually pretty good. This one, they only give you 3, and they are: the top note is coffee, mid note is blood orange, and the base note is ebony wood. With that said, I've worn this about 4 times now. I got it 4 days ago. I've worn it all 4 days, and they weren't really my sense of the day. It was either I wore it in the morning for a little bit because it is a coffee fragrance, or I wore it at night to test it out. So I can give you the full details of this fragrance, and I'm going to spray it on my skin right now because it actually is so fucking good. All right. So when you first spray this on, you definitely get coffee. It's a different type of coffee, though. And I've heard other people, especially in my live the other day, somebody compared it, that it was on Fragrantica, I believe, saying that they saw that it was compared to Halloween Man X. And I don't like Halloween Man X. I think that the roasted coffee in there seems a little bit too strong and a little bit synthetic. I don't like Halloween Man X. I've been quite forward about that. I did try it, and I owned a bottle of Halloween Man X, and then I sold it, and then I bought it again, and I sold it. So I have tried it out a bunch, and maybe down the road I'll pick it up again, see if maybe my nose has changed. With that said, in this one, it's more of the less sweet. I mean, it's still sweet. It's a gourmand fragrance, don't get me wrong. But compared to Halloween Man X, that overly cloyingly sweetness, this is one of those more comfortable gourmand sweetness that you would get with something like this or Most Wanted Eau de Parfum Intense, where it's sweet and it's gourmand, but there's other things going on there that neutralizes that sweetness and doesn't make it cloying. So when you first spray this on, you do get that blood orange. It's in there mixed with the coffee, but the coffee, don't get me wrong, is the main fragrance note in this. You also do get other things in the fragrance like you get in the original Polo Red. You get that Polo Red DNA, it's definitely in there. You get that tonka bean, you get some cardamom, you get some, maybe a little bit of vanilla in there in the dry down. But when you first spray this on, it's roasted coffee. It's a little bit of a fresh spiciness from the cardamom. You also do get some of that blood orange, giving it a little bit of like a citrus fruitiness in the background. Kind of like how they did with Polo Red Intense, where they had that cranberry. This one just has that blood orange, giving it that sweetness in the background. Once you get into the mid, you do get some like aromatic facets coming in, but they're mostly in the background, as that fresh spiciness from the cardamom dissipates and becomes more of a background note. That blood orange starts to dissipate completely, and you are left with coffee, tonka bean, and that woodiness. The woodiness, it never really becomes too much of a woody scent. It is kind of just, I don't even know what ebony wood smells like, but it just, to my nose, in this one, it just smells like a sweet woods. You get that tonka bean and, like I said, some vanilla, at least from what I can smell, and then you get a little bit of spice. And then again, that's all undertones from the coffee. And this comes across just like a roasted coffee. And if I had to say that there was one of the best coffee fragrances out there for a designer, this is probably it. I don't know how I haven't tried this before this time. I don't know, I just passed it up because the Polo Red kind of just didn't do it for me. I like Polo Red, don't get me wrong, it just didn't last long. And then the other Polo Red Eau de Parfum to me got a little bit worse. But this is beautiful. It's an absolutely beautiful fragrance. If you haven't tried it, you need to try it. So now getting into the performance of Polo Red Extreme. Again, I didn't really like the performance for the other ones I mentioned, and so that's why I was kind of not hoping with this one. And then I found out it was a parfum. And if you guys know anything about the parfums from this year, all of them they last long, but they suck as far as projection. This one gets it right. So it's a parfum. To me, it smells like a true parfum because you still have that red DNA in there, and overall it lasts about 7 to 9 hours, kind of in the middle for me, around 8. And it is a beautiful projector as well. It's not too heavy, it's about moderate to above average for the first 2 hours, and then it never really fully becomes a skin scent until hour 6. I still get wafts of it throughout the day, and it's more of a fall and wintertime fragrance, yes. It's more of a nighttime fragrance, yes. But with that said, I can see myself, again, in the realm of like most wanted Eau de Parfum, where you can wear this in a lot of different situations. You could put this on spring and summer where I live as a date night fragrance or something like that. I could even see myself wearing this in the morning or even to work because it has that coffee aspect to it. Just like, wouldn't overspray it, but it's more soft and smooth. And it has this like rich freshness to it and a little bit of a spice. It is quite a nice fragrance. Again, if you haven't tried it, you need to. Again, it's $42 right now for this size. It's a 1.3 or 1.4 ounce. I am going to be getting the bigger bottle. I'm going to go through this quickly. I love it, love it, love it, love it. Honestly, it's just, I'll just give you a little bit of a recap. When you first spray it on, it's coffee, blood orange, and cardamom. The blood orange is in the background, giving it like a citrus fruitiness, sweetness. And then you get that cardamom, it's giving it a fresh spiciness, and then the coffee is around the entire fragrance. As you get to the mid and to the dry down, some tonka bean comes in, giving it that sweetness. Then you get, to me, a little bit of like a vanilla sweet woods. And then once you get to the dry down, coffee is around the entire fragrance, like I said. And then you get that sweet woods, that tonka bean, and then a little bit of a spice in there. Overall, it's a sweet coffee fragrance. It's kind of like if you mixed a roasted coffee mixed with the Polo Red DNA. That is what you get here. And I'm just so happy that I finally got it. I'm so happy to you guys for telling me about it, and I will be pitching this in my video as long as it's still at a good price online. In any of my videos, this is really good. Probably one of my top 1 or 2 coffee fragrances out there, and I'm not even joking. It's that good. But yeah, that is Polo Red Extreme, and it is fantastic. So thank you guys very much. If you do like this video, or if you have anything to ask me, or if you like it, don't like it, let me know in the comments. Outside of that, like, comment, subscribe. I'll be back with another one. Peace out.